So I'm here with Dave Karaskas. Sorry, Dave. I apologise. And
Peter Connell.
So thanks, guys, for taking a minute to have a chat with us. So the start of your Next Adventure podcast and content is all about why people doing what they do, a bit of insight for the audience. So you're an instructor.
That's right, yes. Basically, I've been racing a very long time. I've done virtually everything. And I met Pete last month at Silverstone. It was his first race. And he's looking for a little bit of guidance. So he's asked me to come along today and sit with him and sort of help him around the track.
He sounds like a very, very intelligent man to get some insight from someone who's been around it for as long as you have.
Yeah, I think that's quite a sensible thing to do. The less intelligent thing is earning a living sitting beside somebody in a racing car, really.
Yeah, that's probably not so bright, is it? So all these years you've been at it, you still love it, or is it like another day? It can't be another day at the office, can it?
I still do love it. I mean, it gets routine, but
like I suppose everything can't
but it becomes such a habit. It's so addictive that you can't walk away.
So is that what keeps it fresh? I mean, because every track's different, the conditions are different, the people you're working with.
Every race is different.
Yeah.
I've been racing 44 years now, and coming up to probably 500 races I've done.
Wow.
And someone said to me the other day, "Do you remember all your races?" And I said, "No, you only remember the good ones."
and
the bad ones.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah. So you've pretty much built the car, you're saying? Or?
Yes, yeah.
So what got into you?
Well, I did about 10 years ago, because I got a TVR Cerber as well. I started doing some track days and that, and then I thought,
that's brave.
I wouldn't mind a race car, and I bought this as a pile of bits basically, and over a long period of time put it all together, and this year finally I thought I'd venture out and start racing. As Dave says, I've had a little outing at Silverstone, my first race,
and you think you've got the bug, haven't you? I can tell. Look at your face. You've got that kind of. What I noticed about people who they got kind of that kind of ziggy look in their eyes. No, listen. So I love coming to the track days. I'm also involved with a race team at Team Hard. They race a couple of young lads in the Brit Car Endurance. So if someone's thinking about getting a bit, more than just coming to a track day, and they're thinking about, getting more competitive, what kind of advice would you give them?
Basically, I think track days are a great way to introduce yourself into motorsport. There are limitations, but once you get to the stage where you feel, you've done as far as you can in track days, then the next thing to do is go along to a run of race schools, do your arts test, get a racing licence, and find yourself, whatever type of car you like. We race in historic racing and in sort of 70s road sport. So I've also got a little MG Midget, which is dirt cheap to race. I mean, it's cheaper than going down to the pub at weekends.
So almost you can, at whatever level, if you want to get involved, there's a series or there's there's a way of doing it, even if it's just going open pit lane, because it's not that. I think it's 160 quid for the service today.
Sure.
A bit of fuel and you don't do damage. And so in terms of competitive, going from maybe open pit lane to competitive, what's the big jump there? What's the difference?
I don't know what you mean by open pit lane. Just a track day.
Like today, just an open track day as opposed to going in and racing other people.
It's just the whole thing is a lot more, intense. Basically, it's much more full on.
What have you learnt about yourself, Bob, going into a competitive? I imagine like anything, if you put yourself into a high performance, high stress environment, you will learn a lot about yourself as well.
Well, we're really just some confidence building.
Yeah.
Done quite a bit of that today.
Yeah, I bet. Especially going down through paddock.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks guys. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So it's Erkan here with David and Peter. Sorry, Peter. See, I'm used to being in a room where people have name tags on, so I can just go like that. But so I'm Erkan Ali. We're part of Start Your Next Adventure podcast, and that's what it's all about.